Module 3 for our class. This is SCI 220, Energy and Society. So let me go ahead and share screen. That way we are on the same page as to what is due for this week. All right, so you should see a little share screen here, Module 3. So Module 3, we're going to talk about coal and natural gas, especially natural gas being what's considered to be this bridge fuel. Bridge fuel being currently how we use fossil fuels like coal, and then the ultimate goal is renewable energy. So that bridge fuel is kind of that in between natural gas, where it's not as detrimental to the environment as compared to fossil fuels, but it's not 100% emission free as well, like some of the renewable energy technologies are. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. So for your module introduction, of course, so take a look at pretty much what we're going to be learning here. So looking at the impacts of fossil fuel emissions, like coal emissions, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, particulate matter as well, and then looking at that bridge fuel technology from coal to renewable energy. Here's the quick overview again of what we're going to be talking about. So kind of going a little bit into the history here of coal and natural gas, looking at 2018, looking at some newer information here. So how we're looking at energy resources, coal, natural gas, and then looking again at the overall energy mix here. For readings and resources, so we're going to be concentrating on chapters 3 and 5 of our textbook, Energy Resources from Science to Society. When you're taking a look at your readings, make sure, think about some questions here. So what do we use coal for? What environmental impacts can result from the use of coal? How can we mitigate or how can we alleviate some of those impacts from coal? And then from chapter 5, looking at natural gas, what role does natural gas play? Is it better? Are there additional things that negative impacts like fracking and mining that we don't necessarily see with coal? A couple articles to take a look at especially, and some of these might help with your discussion for this week. So can natural gas be a part of a low carbon future? And electricity explained in the US. So it's due this week. First is going to be our discussion. So our discussion, of course, your initial post is due by Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday. So you're looking at natural gas, a bridge to renewables or a bridge to nowhere. So your initial post should include some of your answers to the following questions, some of your input here. Should the U.S. be increasing its efforts on natural gas or ramping up investments in renewable? Why? So make sure you have your statements there with your resources. And is there a different bridge? So natural gas, of course, is that bridge fuel, but can we use something else? What is that? Make sure, is it sustainable? Is it secure? Is it a low carbon energy future? What are some of the cost trade-offs of this? So there's also some information here about power plants and some typical prices considering with how much cubic feet and things like that. So take a look at some of these statistics here that's included. And then in your response to your classmates, you're going to comment on your thoughts related to natural gas and renewable. What is something interesting you learned? Do you agree? Remember, it's okay to agree to disagree. Remember to be respectful, but constructive in your responses, and hopefully we can learn some new things here about what our opinion is on this bridge fuel here. And then your milestone 1 here, make sure you complete that. That is for your final project that is due towards the end of the semester. So if you click on this here, guidelines and rubrics, hopefully it does, you can see the screen. If not, you have access to it. But basically your final project again is going to be the energy mix of the US. So for this one here, you're going to be looking at some, basically some lit review research here. So you're going to look at historical energy mix from 1950 to 2010, maybe look at, what percentage of coal, petroleum, oil, natural gas was used. Look at how the U.S. energy mix has changed from 2010 to the present, and some of the current issues that we're seeing. So again, this module 1 is really looking at the energy mix. So some of your preliminary research here. So again, what's due this week? Your initial post due by Thursday about the natural gas, the bridge fuel. Your 2 responses to your classmates due by Sunday, and then your milestone 1 U.S. energy mix assignment paper make sure going over the guidelines and rubric, that is also due on Sunday. So I look forward to some great discussions online about the bridge fuel, and let me know if you have any questions in the meantime.